From Cleveland's most accurate weather team, this is 19 First Alert Plus. Sponsored by the man that makes them pay, Tim Misney.
Good morning, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News Now, coming to you from our digital desk. We like to take a look at our weather picture, and today is a 19 First Alert weather day. We are expecting some disruptive weather today. That's why we have issued a First Alert weather day. You wouldn't know it by looking outside right now. 69 degrees, beautiful blue skies in downtown Cleveland, but it is going to get potentially a little dicey. That's why we've issued a First Alert weather day. Going to welcome in 19 First Alert meteorologist Kelly Dobeck. Kelly, calm right now, but it's that heat that's going to build up today that's going to be, as you guys like to call it, the fuel for the fire tonight.
Yeah, and we already are watching this system, Dan. We've been tracking it for the last several days, and I'll show you the wide view of the First Alert Doppler network here in a moment to show you where it's at. But we know it's coming. We know we've got some ingredients there that could allow some of these storms to become stronger when that line pushes through. So that's why we would have had and issued the alert. Now, it's not going to be until later this afternoon. The storms are just making their way through Chicago right now. So we've got several hours before they make their way into the state. So that's going to also give you another heads up here to let you know, hey, your afternoon, evening plans could be getting a little soggy. Kids coming home from school could be a little bit wetter. They won't have to worry about it. They probably didn't bring their raincoats this morning to school, but by the afternoon or for the afternoon drive, it could be a lot wetter, a lot soggier, and there could be an isolated stronger storm or two mixed in there. So here's the First Alert timeline. Again, this morning it's nice. As we head through lunchtime, we'll start to see the clouds move in ahead of this system. It'll start getting a little bit breezier too, but overall it's going to feel pretty good outside. But this is what I'm talking about when I say storm ingredients. You see everywhere highlighted in this light green color. It's almost the same color as the map here, but this is showing you, hey, we've got some storm energy here and we've got a cold front coming through. Those two things, all they got to do is interact together correctly or incorrectly, depending on how you want to look at it. But once they do interact together, that's when you could see some of those storms become a little bit stronger. So this is why we know the rain is coming. If you look here, we've got that line stretching up through the Great Lakes. Again, just pushing through the Chicago area now. And if I zoom in here on the map, well, my computer doesn't want me to zoom in right now, but yeah, that's okay. If we look out to the west of Cleveland, you can see we've got a lot of lightning with this system too. Also a good indication that some of these storms are on the stronger side here. Let's see if it lets me zoom in this way. Nope, doesn't want me to zoom in. That's all right. All right, First Alert Doppler network, when we zoom into the Cleveland area, you see things are nice and quiet. I've got the satellite turned on here as well. That's, showing some of that cloud cover that's starting to move in here. So let's walk you through hour by hour when the rain gets here, because the timeline we said after 4 o'clock through 10 p.m. That seems like a long time, and it's really kind of depends on where you're at in the area when the storms will get here for you. So out west, you guys will see the storms here first. Notice 2-3 o'clock, they're out towards Toledo, and then after 4 o'clock, they're pushing through the islands, and then by dinner time, they make their way into Cleveland. So after 4 will be Sandusky, the islands out towards Erie County, and then it'll be in Cuyahoga County by dinner time. Notice we're seeing a lot of consistent downpours there. So even if it's not severe, this will definitely impact the evening drive because we're going to be seeing changes during that time. There could be some pockets of heavier rain mixed in there. That could also lead to ponding on the roads, lower visibility, and that can sometimes lead to slowdowns or accidents. So we'll be watching for that. And then after 7 o'clock, that's when our eastern counties will start to see the rain move in. So out towards the snow belt, east of Akron. And then notice we still have some good storm energy through 9-10 o'clock, and some of our far southeastern counties from Tuscarawas all the way to Columbiana, out towards Youngstown. So there is still some reds and oranges in there indicating, we still could be seeing some heavy downpours and gusty winds all the way through about 10 p.m. And then overnight, you'll not have to worry about severe weather. And Friday will be much cooler. Friday is the first day of Friday night football for a lot of high schools, and it is going to feel like Friday football weather. Just for one day only, though. I have to show you that 7-day, Dan, to show you things are really heating up as we head into the weekend and next week.
And Kelly, I'm assuming the severity of the storms today is really going to be dictated by how warm, how much sun, and how hot it gets today. When you have hot air that collides with that cold front coming through, that's really what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's definitely a factor, but what we're really looking for with this system here is because we already see it's developed, right? It's got that strength. As it pushes east, though, we're losing a lot of that storm energy. It's not completely zero, but it's going to kind of weaken as it pushes through the state, which is why our threat is a level 1 out of 5 versus some of the higher threats we've seen. Like with the severe weather threat we saw over the weekend, we had a little bit more heat and humidity action. We don't have as much heat and as much humidity, but we do have that front coming through and some of that storm energy around. Those are going to be the two key ingredients that we're watching, Dan, as it pushes through, just how much of that storm energy it taps into.
Excellent. Give us 15 seconds. We'll take a look as we warm up through the weekend.
I've represented families just like yours for over 4 decades. Listen, if you need me, call me. You know I'll be there for you, and I'll make them pay. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye out for you.
And let this be your first alert that it is going to warm up through the weekend and into next week. Kelly, walk us through it.
Yeah, big time. So after today's storm threat, we get rid of the rain for a while. In fact, first dry weekend we've had in a long time. I mentioned Friday is going to be feeling almost a little fall-like, low 70s, mix of sun and clouds. Friday night football temps will be in the 60s. And then first half of the weekend, we're a little bit more mild, upper 70s, sunshine Saturday, and then pushing near 90 on Sunday. And then that humidity starts to creep back in. So it's going to feel like it's around that low 90-degree mark Monday, Tuesday. Heads up for the kiddos heading back to school early next week. It is going to be feeling very summer-like. You'll definitely need the lighter clothing, the shorts, all that good stuff heading out the door Monday, Tuesday for the school districts going back. I know CMSD goes back next week too. It's going to be hot and it is going to be humid. So that's going to be like looking ahead. The next big story we're looking into is the heat coming in next week and the little rain chances. But we got to get through today's alert day first. The entire team going to be on deck. We have 3 meteorologists coming in this afternoon. Jeff and myself are holding the fort down here until everybody else gets in, and we'll keep you updated. The 19 First Alert weather app will be sending out push notifications for when the storms get to your specific area, so you won't get a ton of annoying notifications. But of course, if anything does turn strong to severe, we'll be there with you on the app as well as on the air this afternoon.
Excellent, Kelly. We know you and the First Alert team will have us covered. We appreciate it. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, take care. We do have a First Alert weather day because we do expect it to be a little bit disruptive. A live look into downtown, still just 69 degrees. Could be a beautiful day as long as we can get through some of what we expect later this evening. If we have any other breaking news, we'll bring it to you here on our digital platforms. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a great afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social media at Cleveland 19 News.